So they did this. So they blew up an ammo dump. The Russians blew up an ammo dump. It's a huge, so massive. I mean, that is unbelievable, kind of, right? It looks like a nuclear bomb, and there might be some nuclear elements to it. So stay tuned. Dramatic footage circulating on social media shows a massive explosion rocking the western Ukrainian city of Klemensky following a mass attack by Russian drones. The Klemensky Oblast Military Administration confirmed on Telegram that critical infrastructure had been hit in the attack on Friday night. A wave of 21 attack drones were fired at the city. Unfortunately, not all drones were destroyed that night. 17 of the 21 17 out of the 21 UAVs. So did they destroy 17 of them?
Right.
There are 4 hits in Klemensky region. So I guess they got 17 of them and 4 of them hit. So you heard about this, right, Kurt? This big, so here's the footage. Want to see the footage of it? Here it is. There's the footage of it. Man,
Jeez,
these are big.
awful.
These are big.
What is that?
It's a weapons cache in Ukraine, storage place, and they blew it up.
This is Russia's or theirs?
Russia blew up their stuff, so it's mostly American.
Oh, great. We got to pay for that.
That's right. That's all our money being blown up.
Thanks a lot, Russia.
That's quite a wow. That
There
is
goes our healthcare.
that is.
That's your healthcare blowing up right
The mayor of the region wrote that educational institutions, medical facilities, administrative buildings, industrial facilities, multi-story buildings, and private houses have been damaged. He also confirmed that there had been civilian casualties. Local news outlets reported at least 21 civilians were injured. The Russian Ministry of Defense said the attack had destroyed an ammunition depot and hangar at some airbase in Klemensky. The Russians smoked a huge amount of American and European tax money in Ukraine. Yep. According to information, the value of the ammunition destroyed at the ammunition depot is about $500 million. So
we're going to send that to them, right?
I hope so. I hope we reimburse them. But people are worried that there's these depleted uranium shells inside there.
The ones that I remember people complaining about, and then they debunked it and said they don't. And then it turns out, no, yeah, they do.
Yeah. So huge mushroom blast in Klemensky reignites depleted uranium claims. A viral video of a huge explosion. So they have unverified claims that there was depleted uranium and that the radiation levels were rising in the aftermath of the strike. But with little official commentary from Moscow or Kiev about the Russian strikes on targets across western Ukraine, striking images of a huge explosion recorded near Klemensky added fuel to social media speculation and resurrected existing narratives about the so-called depleted uranium shells. What do you mean so-called? Newsweek.
That's what they're called.
That's what they're called. Newsweek Misinformation Watch assessed the veracity of the claims and speculation around the subject in an attempt to figure out what really occurred. Okay, and the sheer veracity of the blast, including the sinister-looking mushroom-like cloud of smoke rising in its aftermath, also fueled unverified claims. Okay, if the NATO arms depot that Russia is blowing up contained depleted uranium munitions as supplied by the UK, those areas of Ukraine may become hotbeds for lung cancer and birth defects as the dust from those depleted uranium munitions can contaminate large areas of land for decades, wrote Kim.com, a prominent anti-globalist commentator. Some posts referenced and shared graphs taken from Save EcoBot, a Ukrainian service monitoring nuclear radiation levels across the country, as well as graphs attributed to the European Commission. Gamma radiation in Klemensky, western Ukraine, after the explosion of an ammunition depot was reportedly depleted uranium weapons. And here it is. So they say that higher spikes of the radiation, gamma rays.
We're not going to know for sure until a 23-year-old National Guardsman posted up on Discord.
That's right. So they're saying there's higher radiation, and they have some stuff that they claim verifies it. But according to an investigation by Geo-Confirmed, a Twitter account that geolocates visual content from the Russian-Ukraine war, there is little to support the notion that it was a facility where depleted uranium shells were stored. Now, I don't know who these people are, so I can't. They might be funded by the goddamn United States government for all, like that Bellingcat.
Well,
I don't know who they are. So I won't put any stock in what they're saying.
Well, which are the kind of weapons where it's safe to breathe in the fumes?
Yeah, which weapons? The researcher cites pre-war media reporting and public records to suggest instead that this was a Soviet-era ammunition dump, which the reports indicate could have contained as much as 30,000 tons of it. So
Is that better?
First of all, I don't believe them. While Newsweek could not rule out the possibility that the depleted uranium shells provided by the UK had been, so we all know the UK gave them depleted uranium shells.
I can't believe they're verifying that.
So they're just saying, but we can't, whether it was blown up or not. What? The whole point of them giving them the shells is they could blow them up.
Hey, just using the shells
That's right.
Every bit as bad as that.
That's what I'm saying. Depleted uranium is a byproduct of the price. So who cares?
They're probably lucky it's going to be concentrated in that spot instead of all over their country because that stuff's poison.
It is true that DA munitions are radioactive and thus are considered to be we know. So this is a spin
They're a little
story.
controversial.
So this is all bullshit. I would not put any stock into what they're saying here. However, as Newsweek reported, no definitive conclusions have been drawn on the environmental impacts of depleted uranium or the effects it could have on the human body. I bet the effects are great.
Maybe turn into the Hulk. Wasn't gamma what helped him?
I bet it makes you smarter and gives you better sleep. Their radioactivity is something of a red herring.
Why? Why is it a red herring?
So you're telling me depleted uranium bombs don't cause birth defects?
No.
The real danger appears to lie in its toxicity as a heavy metal. So it's still horrible?
Oh, so you're telling me this Chernobyl may be a mere East Palestine?
The radioactive. So this is what. So again, the radioactive spike reports are also undermined by the actual timeline of events, as well as misleading use of the monitoring. So they're trying to say it didn't happen. They're trying to say that depleted uranium didn't get blown up in there. But I'm going to bet you if they're going through all this trouble to come up with a story that why it didn't happen, it happened.
I mean, you're arguing to say it's like, no, it's not uranium. It's just probably heavy metal poisoning.
Yeah, probably just that.
It was like the Nazi, like, no, we weren't doing a Holocaust. We're just making them slaves.
Yeah, so it's a great war.